All right, well, here we are, guys. Mark Pryor's home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. The title of the live stream today is You Don't Have to Bat 1,000 to Create True Financial Freedom. You don't have to bat 1,000. What does that mean? Well, I'll share that with you in a moment. But I want to tell you a real quick story. I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she was telling me about how she wanted to be able to stay at home, raise her children, and her husband has a pretty good job. And so I kind of asked some questions and found out that she was making pretty good income, and he was making pretty good income. He was making about $100,000 a year. She was making about $75,000 a year. They had one child. They was actually sending the child to private daycare, so they was going to a private school, about $500 per week. And the bottom line was, at the end of the day, she really wasn't making very much money. She wasn't bringing much money to the household, because when they did their taxes, out of her federal taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, compiled on top of her husband's money, she was losing about 98% of her income from her job. And so when I talk to individuals about having a plan B, sometimes your plan A could be robbing you blind. And in their case, it was. It was actually devastating to their financial situation for her to go to work. And now she's actually a stay-at-home mom. She's working on her home-based business. And that brought me to this title today. You don't have to bat 1,000. Last night, my wife and I did a webinar, or not a webinar, but a live stream, and we shared the power of one cycle per day. One cycle per day in this great company, Care Bars International. Now, I'm not going to go through all the numbers. Just know this, that one cycle per day was equal to a full-time employee at Walmart earning $15 an hour. Okay? Taking home $15 an hour for 40 hours a week, working 50 hours or 50 weeks per year. Okay? One cycle per day. 2 cycles per day was equal to someone earning a 6-figure income. So I wanted to play this audio by Mr. Jim Rohns briefly, and he talks about the averages, batting averages, that you don't have to bat 1,000 to win in your home-based business. So let's take a listen to this real quick.
If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Key phrase, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. It's amazing. It's uncanny. In baseball, we call it batting average. If you talk to 10 people, one says yes. Now the ratio has begun. 1 out of 10. Talk to 10, get 1. Here's something interesting about the law of averages. Once it starts, it tends to continue. This is colossal information. Once a ratio starts, it tends to continue. If you talk to 10 and get 1, sure enough, chances are excellent. If you talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Now you can compete. If you can only get 1 out of 10, you can compete, even with somebody that can get 9 out of 10. If you've been here a long time, you can get 9 out of 10. I just joined, I can only get 1 out of 10. If we have a 30-day contest, I will beat you. You say, well, how could you beat me? Here's why. During that 30 days, you talk to 10 and get 9. I talk to 100 and get 10. I beat you.
That's right.
Isn't that clever? This is clever stuff. And I do it for 2 reasons. I sincerely wish to win. But I do it for another very sincere reason. I wish for you to lose. And that's noble on my part. Here's why it's noble. You learn more by losing than you do by winning.
That's right.
So I wish to give you that experience. Now here's how I do it. Once I understand the law of averages. When I'm new, I make up in numbers what I lack in skill.
That's right.
I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. Now who can do that? Anybody that's ambitious. Anybody with a little ingenuity.
That's right.
Anybody.
Anybody.
Doesn't matter. Now here's one more. The law of averages can be increased. You get 1 out of 10, talk to 10, get another one. Talk to 10, get another one. The fourth time you talk to 10, you get 2. Why would the fourth time you talk to 10, you get 2 instead of 1? You're getting better. You're getting better. And who can get better? Anybody. Talk to 10, get 2. Talk to 10, get 2. Finally, talk to 10, get 3. I finally got up to about 3. Now, it takes more than a genius to go past like 3 or 4. But 3 will do. If you bat 300 in baseball, they pay you $4 million a year.
That's right. Which
means you're out 7 times out of 10. 7 times out of 10, out. Make $4 million a year. Are you ready for that?
Wow. Every time I hear that, it just gives you that reassurance that you don't have to bet 1,000 to win in this industry. You know, if you would just believe, just believe and never give up. You know, 5 people that find 5 people that find 5 people that duplicates a very simple task create financial freedom. This is not rocket science. It's not something magical. It's the law of average. The law of average. It doesn't change. The numbers doesn't change. I tell people all the time, look, people lie, but math doesn't. 1 cycle per day in Karatbars International at the VIP package. You made one decision to say that, look, I am not a janitor. I will not leave money on the table. Does it make sense if you are going to go after the goal? Does it make sense to only put 50% effort? Absolutely not, right? And so if you can afford to be at the top of the food chain, at the top of the company, if you were given a choice when you walked into your job, you can have janitor pay or CEO pay. Which one would you pick? CEO pay. But listen to this. This is the greatest industry and the greatest plan that has ever been created. Because you bring a few people together, just a few, that does a little bit. Everybody does a little bit, and everyone earns a lot. 1 cycle per day in Karatbars International at VIP package was $33,000 a year. That's not hypothetical. That's not a hypothetical situation. That's not a guess. That's not a what if. 1 cycle per day. In fact, it actually went up because the euro to the dollar conversion went up a little bit. But we're going to stick with that. 2 cycles per day. Mark, what does it take to cycle? Just simply continue to plant the seeds. Continue to plant the seeds. Continue to share with everyone you know by taking some of this money, some of this paper that they're losing already. When you get this, it'll be like, my God, I wish I would have learned this at age 5. You're funding your business. For the most part, most people are funding their business not with the money that they pay their light bills with, their water bills with, their rent with, feed their children, their cable bill, their cell phone bill. No, that's not the money that you fund your business with. You've already set aside the taxes on that money. That's why you're able to keep it. No, the government says that we will give you back every dime of the money that we're taking from you. All of the money that we're penalizing you for not spending to operate your business if you promise to do the activity with the intent, the real intent, to make a profit. You get to choose how you want to do that. The biggest thing people have to do is stop trying to think about what they've never been taught. I hear people say it all the time, well, what if I don't make any money? Then, of course, I can't get those tax savings. That's absolutely untrue. Stop talking to yourself. Stop having a conversation with yourself about something you've never learned, and start being a student before you become a teacher, and you will get rich. Getting rich is very easy. Getting the understanding and the belief that you can is the most hardest part of doing it. And so Jim Rohn says you do not have to bat 1,000. If you can find 2 people that will duplicate what you're doing, take some of this money that you're already losing, put it in some real money, gold, and just save it. So you're taking the money that you're already losing. I want that to sink in. This is not the rent money. This is not the kids' shoes money. This is not the light bill money. This is not the money for your children's college education. This is not the money that you put food on the table with. This is the money when you get your paycheck on Friday, the government says, shame on you. I told you if you spend it, you could keep it. But if you try to put it under your mattress, we're going to take a percentage from you. So if that is the case and you have a choice, why would you ever not spend it? And with Karatbars International, you get to spend it on real money, gold. I don't care how much this gold costs. When I'm spending money that they were going to take from me or are taking from me, I didn't spend a dime when I was able to put something of value back into my pocket. That within itself should get you off the couch and say, you know what? I don't know what he just said, but I'm going to watch that video about 10 more times till I figure it out. Because what are you going to do? Get another paycheck next Friday and have money in the form of federal and state taxes taken from you because you wouldn't buy gold? Just think about that for a moment. Whether you believe this, understand it or not, on next Friday when you get your paycheck, if you look at that paycheck and it says federal taxes withheld, shame on you. Because I'm telling you right now that you get to spend the money that you are losing right now. You get to walk into your job. In fact, we're doing a webinar tomorrow, and I'm going to show you this directly from the IRS. You get to walk into your job tomorrow and say, I got it. Put this money back into your paycheck and use that money to purchase advertisement gold, because my gold is all about advertising, the ability for you to be able to purchase gold, share it with others, and make a profit. The definition from the IRS of a business is someone that is doing something with the intent to make a profit. The definition of a business expense is something that is ordinary and necessary in your trade or business. Well, I'm in the business of sharing with individuals how to take some of their depreciating dollars, put it into real money gold, create myself a profit, and my friend, there it is right there. There's the 2 products, and they're all money. And I do it with the money that they're going to take from me if I don't do that. I think I just gave away $1 million a nugget there. So guys, I'm about to get on the road and go collect my 57 cents per mile for the next 27 miles. And I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life. Because here's what I've been taught. Here's what I've known. Here's what's been validated. You can either move it or you can lose it. That's if you don't know anything about taxes, you either move it or lose it. And if you got to move it, what better place to move it than in real gold? That's the tax code that you thought was confusing. You only pay taxes on the money that you have no tax deductions to apply it to. Let me say that again. You only pay taxes on the money that you have no tax deductions to apply to it. So I can take as much of this money and put it into anything I want. I could put it in a lotion. I could put it in the water. I could put it into anything I want as long as that activity produces a profit. That's it. You can complicate that all you want, but it's very costly to complicate it. Okay? That's why they don't teach that information, because it's really easy. But if I don't teach it to you, then you believe that you can't do it. And then you start coming up with reasons and thoughts of how you think it should be, because you've been penalized so long in your life. You've been held down, pressed down so long in your life that you could not imagine, Mark, that it could be that easy. So guys, I'm going to call it a wrap. Got to go get my 57 cents a mile. I wish that each and every one of you would take the opportunity and go to www.mytaxreportcard.com. Click on the PayPal button first. Pay yourself first. It's $30 to join to get a $10,000 $30,000 education tomorrow that you're going to be able to take with you for the rest of your life. It ain't about the $30, okay? Forget about it. You're going to blow $30 this weekend on something that's probably never going to put money in your pocket. So I would clear my calendar and believe in myself and take that money that you're probably going to lose out your paycheck on Friday. I'm going to tell you this. If you get a check on Friday, if you get a check in 2 weeks and you've lost $30 in federal taxes and you did not get on this webinar to learn how to walk into your job on Thursday morning to give yourself an instant pay raise, to have the ability to now take that additional money in your paycheck, not the money you've been getting, the money you've been losing, and put that money in the physical gold and teach it to 5 other people. As Jim Rohn says, you don't have to bat 1,000. But I tell you what, 5 people, just 5 people, and focus on educating them, not convincing them, educating them. And I tell you what, you couldn't stop them. Because what you're going to do, go back to losing the money that you're already losing? That's going to hit you about 1 a.m. in the morning, and you'll stay up to about 7 a.m. in the morning trying to figure out that just can't be the truth. I know it can't be that easy, but it is. Love you guys. We'll see you guys on the next stream. Gotta go get my 57 cents per mile. You guys have a great day. Remember, www.mytaxreportcard.com. 7 o'clock tomorrow Pacific Standard Time. It's going down. It's going to be epic, and it's going to be life-changing, and I'm going to show my butt. And I might even throw in a few other tips there on how to be able to get gold funded by the IRS. Is it so? I don't know. You'll have to find out on the webinar. We'll see you guys tomorrow.